Hello, my friend. Stay a while and listen.
Welcome back to Tek-Talks. This is Takesh. Today I'm showing you guys another video in my free-to-play series on the Crusader. I'm going to do a quick 10-leg crest run right now. I've saved up quite a few crests. I was hoping we were having a mere jewel event here at the end of this patch, or not at the end, but at the start of this new patch, but obviously I was wrong. There was a lot of, I guess, rumors you can say that were going around. Anyway, so I'm going to do this real quick, show you guys what I get. Hopefully I get a rolling consequence. It's not going to happen, but hopefully I get lucky. I'm going to times 10 this all the way to the end so you guys aren't bored, okay? Alright guys, here at the end. Cross your fingers, hoping for a rolling consequence. And no. I can't say I'm surprised. Anyways, alright, well, I will fast forward through this part as well as I collect everything and see what we got. Alright folks, well, as you saw, no luck. I wasn't really surprised. I am saving up my pearls. The first gem I'm trying to get is a rolling, or the second 5-star I'm going to be looking for is a rolling consequence. I want to showcase my gear and give you guys some insight into my thought process with this character. So as I told you in the previous video, I really want to showcase how far you can get with free-to-play using 1- and 2-star gems and being very efficient with your plat and your decision making. So with free-to-play, you really have to put a focus on your gear more so than pay-to-win, I guess you can say. If you notice right away, I'm looking for fortitude and willpower in my gear. I haven't farmed a lot on the alt. I had to go back to work. My vacation ended, unfortunately, so I haven't spent a lot of time, especially because it's an alt. Like I told you, I won't be going hard on it. But I have been doing okay with some gear. This was a really great belt. Beneficial effect duration increased by 4.5, and then it's got the fort and willpower. Fort willpower over here. Some of these are not great. If I was pushing for damage, if I was going for just pure damage, I would actually want fortitude strength, but because I am going to be showcasing this in PvP, I'm really looking for fortitude and willpower. So there's another great piece right here with the fort willpower. I am missing a lot of blue sockets, which is not good. Ideally, I would want it on the necklace. I would have third one on the boots. I would want one on the bracer, on the rings. In fact, if you're also playing, even if you're not free to play, these are all things you'd be looking on as well. It's just more important with free to play because you really have to get the most out of your gear because you're not going to get it with legendary gems. I really haven't done anything with my legendary gems since the last time I showed it, since my first video. Everything's pretty much the same. I did finally spend plat on this character, which really hurt my feelings. I spent about, I think, 8,000 or 7, I don't remember, but it was tough to do, guys. I really don't like spending plat. Well, I do not spend plat on the alt. That's one of my biggest rules, but because I want to do this free-to-play series, I need to start doing it. So the first thing I invested in was actually a rune. The beneficial effect duration increased by 4.5. I need to get the one for the helmet as well, in my opinion, and I'm sure there's much, well, there is way brighter Crusader there. In the comment section, I'd love for some advice, but in my opinion, at the moment, getting these 2 runes seem to be most important because it increases my beneficial effect duration, which has a direct effect on my damage because it increases how long my damaging spells last. That's also why I'm using the pieces I'm using. I did get a chest that has a 7.5, which is good. I believe you can get leggings as well, so I'll be looking for that. Unfortunately, I haven't got anything. Overall, though, I'm pretty well statted. Again, looking for fortitude and willpower in every slot. Here, this is a really great piece. Fort willpower with critical hit chance, very good piece. Again, fort strength, not too great. Missing the willpower there. 5% crit. This one, the reason I'm using it, the 5% crit, that's hard to get away from. Again, as free to play, you really have to maximize your stats. The reason for those of you that maybe aren't aware of why I keep saying willpower also increases your potency and resistance. Okay, so if you have fortitude, it increases your armor penetration, and then willpower is going to increase your potency resistant. Those are both very, very important stats. Even if you're not on a free-to-play, you are trying to boost those as high as you can, especially if you are in PvP. So anyways, I wanted to show you guys my build that I'm using on this free-to-play account. This is not my build. I got it from a player named Cribs on our server. He seems to be a very He seems very well versed with Crusaders, very knowledgeable. I was in a dungeon with him and he was doing absolutely preposterous damage. As you guys know, I don't like PvE, so I am going to burn through this build pretty quickly so I don't bore you. First, we'll look at the skills real quick. So for the skills, you're going to be using Condemn, Concentration, Draw and Quarter, and Judgment. And for your ability or your main hand, Sacred Fire. So this build, if you remember when I first started, they said the reason I want to play Crusaders because it has a lot of gems that synergize really well with the Crusader. So this build is all centered around this piece right here, Torrential Refrain, which is, I'll read it to you. It Condemn immediately triggers all continued damage effects on the target. So these 1-stars become very powerful. Everlasting Torment, I mean, it does kind of suck. In this build, though, it becomes very powerful. Basically, it takes all the damage when you use Condemn and it hits. All the damage that this legendary gem deals over time becomes condensed into one hit. Also, this is why this 1-star here, Misery Elixir, is so powerful. It increases the harmful effect duration by 24%. So the reason this is very powerful in increasing your damage, if the dot lasts longer, then it's going to deal more damage over time. And remember, this Torrential Refrain is putting all that damage in one hit. So if you extend the dot's length of time, then you're also increasing its damage. So anyways, let's get to the essences. I'm using Shatter Bang, I'm sorry. Heart of Grandeur, Bygone. Oh, also the leggings are, you can really do, the leggings are kind of an open spot. You can do whatever you want. Bygone, Edleon, I can't even say the word. This one is more just for movement speed. You can definitely take anything you want if you want damage. All the rest of the pieces, though, you're going to want to keep. The Yawning Rose, I think everyone's familiar with that. Sanctified Scribe, Torrential Refrain, Gallows Grin, and Horn Splitter. So these are all the builds or the essences. As far as sets, pretty easy. The Goaler or Barons, again, you're increasing the duration of your dots, which in turn increases the damage because the longer the dot lasts, the more damage it's going to deal. Using 4-piece Agments, again, dot damage is going to get hit into one, or going to get condensed into one hit. And then lastly, Vithus for the increased duration. So if you look at my abilities, all of these abilities rely on increasing the duration, which is why I was talking about in getting the rune. I'm going to showcase my damage real quick, and then I will probably wrap up this video. Actually, I'll tell you guys one more thing with the goals, but I just want to show you where I'm at from the last time I did a damage demonstration. So as you can see, pretty strong for free to play. I don't know. I'd say I probably hold maybe 2 million, 1.5. I'm not too sure. My burst is pretty high at about 4.5. So what's happening here is basically all of my dot damage is being put into a single hit, which is why if you look at the training dummy, you'll notice the dots just keep disappearing. Same with Agments. And that's happening because all of it's being condensed into one hit from the Torrential Refrain. None of this I'm saying, by the way, is mind-blowing. Or again, this was not my build. None of this was my idea, so I'm not trying to take credit for someone else's work. There's a lot of Crusaders that are like, yeah, no duh. Yeah, I understand that, but I'm trying to educate some people, show them what's going on. So my immediate goals or my next goals on this, again, are to get the Rolling Consequence. I want to get that next, followed by the runes. I'm still going to buy the helmet as soon as I get more platinum. I am currently saving up where are my purple crests? My purple crests, I'm going to wait till I have 10 and then do a 10 leg purple crest one. And I'm praying for a Rolling Consequence. If not, at least legendary gems that I can sell for a lot of plat. All my plat will be going into runes. Awakening will be the next thing after I get the runes I need. Awakening every single slot. And then it'll be all being poured into secondary stats. I'll probably be buying... I'm debating between armor and armor pen. We'll see how the PvP goes. But that's it, guys. My next video, I will show you guys the PvP free-to-play. Could be pretty comical. I might just walk in a battleground and get one-shotted. And who knows? We'll see what happens. Hey, as usual, I forgot to talk about the Paragon and the curse properties. I always burn through these builds way too fast, so my apologies, guys. Hopefully I get better at it. Anyways, you're going to be going into Slinger, you're going to be taking the top row, Unseen Dynamism, Impulsive, Gifted, Spell Surge, and Uncanny. And then for the legendary skill, you're going to be taking Death Release. And as far as cursed properties go, you're just taking Lashed. Ideally, you want 6. I only have 5. I would take Lashed. And that's it, folks. Sorry about that.